Most people think you need to have long, lanky arms in order to finish a Darce choke, but that's not true. Look at Makhachev. Today we're going to show you how he finishes world-class black belts with the shallow Darce choke. My name's Jason Sago, UFC vet, 3rd degree black belt. Let's go. Let's go over one of the most common setups for the Darce choke. It's from the turtle position. So here, Tristan's down in the turtle position. We want to put some weight on our partner, because if I'm just like here and I take the weight off of him, he's just going to be popping up immediately, getting back up to his feet. So always have like a hand, transfer body weight, be a little bit heavy, apply your weight on your partner here. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go from his armpit all the way out to his shoulder. So I keep the weight, keep the pressure on, and now I'm sliding my hand from the armpit all the way up, and I connect via a gable grip. So thumbs in, fingers in, solid connection. And then from here, this bar on the back of his head, we're gonna connect and create a 3/4 Nelson grip, and we're gonna make his head look all the way down and through to put enough pressure on his neck to incentivize them to roll, because we gotta break them down. Good thing about breaking them down is it's harder for them to build their base back up. So always break them down here. So once you have them broken, now we're just gonna switch our grip. So if you look at my grip over here, I'm gonna slide from the gable grip all the way up to my bicep, and I'm just gonna control and anchor in on his top shoulder blade. And now I'm going to switch to my hip. So I switch my base so that my legs are facing his legs. Because if I'm trying to apply pressure and squeeze here and he runs his legs away, I can never fully lock in and put enough pressure to get the tap. So I wanna hook onto his legs here. I can hook onto the top leg, the bottom leg, or sometimes I see people even going up towards the mount position. So either way, you get something, you get a hold of them, and the concept is they can't run away from you. And now the blade, the bar, is digging up into the carotid artery. So I'm going to elevate that bar up, open my chest, proud chest, draw the shoulder blades back, squeeze all of my back muscles and arch till you get the tap. So let's go from the beginning again. Most common setup, again, is from the turtle position. So have some weight on your partner, keep the back of your forearm on the back of his head, and then going from the armpit, connect your grip. Once you get your grip connected, 3/4 Nelson, we're going to break them down to the hip. Once you've broken them down to the hip, now you shoot, slide it all the way up, control your own bicep, anchor in on their shoulder blade. Again, we gotta take their ability to run, so I switch my base, capture a leg, lean back, and get the finish. Optional, you can go up to the mount position and still apply enough pressure to get the tap for the Darce choke. A common mistake I see often is that when students are in the Darce position, they've broken their opponent down, is that they can't get to the bicep. So part of the reason for that is they're staying up high with their posture. But if I drop my ear to his rib cage and I pretend like I'm shooting an uppercut, I get a lot more extension and it's easy to grab the bicep. But if I stay postured up, I can't really reach. As far as I can reach is my forearm. So drop your ear down and then shoot your arm. And now I lock up to the bicep, connect on his shoulder, switch, pressure, and get the finish. Another great setup to use for the Darce choke is when your opponent begins to dig their underhook to escape side control. As they're digging their underhook, go ahead, start to your escape. I'm gonna shoot and grab the head and shoot all the way through, going again from the armpit all the way to the shoulder, and then from this position, connecting your hands. If he starts to get up to his knees, we can pressure the head, break them down, adjust our grip, again, going to the bicep, switch your base, connect on the legs, pressure and finish. So I'll just show that one more time. Again, we're timing their escape. So as they're starting to dig their underhook, I'm putting weight, pressure just to kind of slow their ascent up. So as he starts to come up, I'm shooting this in right away. Connect, slide, switch your base, connect on the leg, and then pressure, get the finish. One of the key details is coming up, but first, if you've been liking this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Now let's talk about some of the major differences between a regular Darce choke and the Makhachev variation. So first thing, one of the pros is that when he's shooting in and he just grabs the forearm, it's a little bit easier and faster because he eliminates the step of going all the way to his bicep. So he's a shallow Darce here. Shallow meaning he's just grabbing onto the forearm. And then from here, instead of doing the 3/4 Nelson grip and breaking his opponent down, he's just gonna be driving his elbow down on the top of the head, using his lat muscle to collapse their posture here. So when we're on this angle, just so I can give you a little bit of he's got the shallow Darce grip locked up, and then again, transferring the weight and pressuring. One common mistake we see is that the hand gets trapped underneath. So if you come up a little bit, before they collapse on top of your hand, make sure that as they're collapsing, you pull that hand up. So it's just landing on the shoulder blade nearest to the ground. And then same idea, we want to switch our base. He usually looks to get up to the mount. Sometimes they're blocking with their hands, so he just kind of hooks onto a leg, and then squeezing the back muscles, breathing in, pressure, get the tap. So again, major difference is it's a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, because instead of going to the 3/4 Nelson grip, he's just going right away to the shallow Darce grip, changing his base, knocking them over, making those adjustments, getting the tap. All right, I'm gonna show you 3 of the best defenses to use against the Darce choke. So he's trying to pressure my shoulder up into my carotid artery. So if I can create more space between my shoulder and the carotid artery, that's gonna be helping me breathe, allow the blood flow to my brain. So when we're here and he's locking in a nice tight Darce, I don't want my shoulder going across. I want to open chest, expand my shoulders, and then sometimes I actually grab onto my leg and I use the power of my leg to drive my shoulder down. So you can see there's a lot of separation now. If he tries to squeeze his arms together and put the choke on, I'm still good here. So that's immediately gonna buy me time. Another great defense for the Darce is using your opponent's momentum against them. So as they go to lock it in and roll on top here, so we're gonna use that momentum, roll up here, and then make sure you find your balance. I don't wanna have the weight on the floor. That's not enough pressure on your opponent. You wanna make it uncomfortable for them. So drive up, use your feet, put all of the weight on top of your opponent. And now from here, make sure you're widening your chest. That kind of gives you a little bit more space to breathe, less pressure on the choke. And now you got 2 hands free, so use those grips, fight, and then end up on top. So we'll show that again over here. He's gonna be locking it in, and as he goes to roll through, I roll with him. Boom, here. So again, I'm wide in the chest, good base. If he tries to knock me over, I got my hands to help stabilize. And then from here, I could pop the elbow open, drive it up, fight the grip, end up on top. One of my favorite defenses for the Darce choke, I saw Craig Jones doing this one. It's still one of my favorites because as you do it, it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent's grip and eventually breaks it open. So as we're here and he locks in the Darce choke here, I'm going to make sure that it's almost like you're doing a front shoulder roll. So I want to put as much of my body weight into the weakness, which is where his grip is connected. So as I'm shoulder rolling through, I'm going to be tucking my arm and I roll and pressure, boom. Eventually you see that grip pop, break open. From here, I just like to continue with a roll through and end up into like a closed guard situation. So we're here, he locks in full Darce choke. Again, I want to broaden my shoulders, stay nice and wide so the choke, it's a little bit slower to come on. And then I'm going to fold my hand, get up on the leg, get up on the hand, same side that the grip is on, and start to look towards the grip, shoulder roll forward, till that hand breaks, and then just continue that shoulder roll here. Boom, ending up into an open guard scenario. Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. If you want more useful videos, check out this next one. Variation that Islam uses to finish his UFC,